In this video, we will see how we can create an effective movie poster in a simple and fast way, with the help of artificial intelligence and Photoshop. For the purpose of this video, I used Leonardo AI. The results are pretty good, and you get a certain amount of free tokens. The link will be in the video description. When we start Photoshop and choose the option Create New or File, New. Then we select the Print tab, and here we can set the units of measure. We will set the standard B format for posters. 50 x 70 cm and click on Create. Next, we will enter the image that we generated using artificial intelligence. The link to download the materials will be in the video description. The prompt as well as the AI tool I used will also be in the video description. Select File, then Place Embedded and select Main Image. Place. We need to refine this image a bit. Hold Shift to increase it proportionally. Roughly like this, and place it in the middle. Click Commit Transform to commit the change. Right-click on the layer and select Rasterize Layer. Using the selection tool, I draw some selections while I'm on this layer. In order to upgrade the selection, I choose the Add to Selection option. By selecting, I hook the picture itself a little. Then I go back to the New Selection option and right-click and select Content Aware Fill. I select what the program will use as a sample to generate the fill in the selection. Click and drag to drop the character as a sample. On the right side, we can see a preview of how it all looks before confirmation. If we think it's okay, we click OK. Photoshop expanded my background in this way. Also, new layer has been created, that I will merge with the main image layer into one. I select them both and right-click on Merge Layers. I don't even need the background in this case, so I simply delete it by dragging it to this bin here. What bothers me in this case is this light source. We will remove it by selecting Patch tool. I simply draw a selection around it, drag it down or up, and we simply edit this part in the same way until we are satisfied. The selection doesn't have to be too precise. I am satisfied with the current result, with the fact that in the continuation of the video I will add my own light source, which will be much softer. So, until we are satisfied, we can use the Patch tool to quickly blend this background and get a quick and quality result. Once I've done that, I'm going to create a new layer and call it Light. The easiest way is to do it with the Brush tool. I choose Brush and I choose white color. I choose a brush size and type, round brush. When I have everything set, I simply click in this part. Now I have my light source and thus mask the part one was patching with the Patch tool. Here I can lower the opacity if I think the light is too strong, or I can simply choose how this layer will blend into the background. Blend mode soft light I think works best, but I will also return the opacity to 100%. As you can see, the light source is not too strong, and yet we managed to mask this part of the image. Since we now have that light source, I'll go back to the main layer, where I think we should play a little with the edges, that is, the reflection that follows the edge of our character. I choose the Dodge tool, and I can enlarge the brush to 300 pixels and just go over these edges cleanly so that we can see to enhance that effect that the light casts on our character. The effect should not be too strong, but subtle. All that's left is to add the text. Let's say the movie is called Concrete Silence. We will add another layer above the light layer. Click on the plus icon and then use the text tool to write Concrete Silence in capital letters. Hold Shift and drag to enlarge the letters. Select the text with the Type tool and choose the font, Druk X Cond. The link to download the font will be in the description of this video. We click on the Paragraph and Character panel, where we will reduce the space between these letters to make the title as large as possible. It will be centered in the middle. Now that we've done that, we are going to enlarge the title a little bit more. Hold Shift. And then we're going to select this text again and set the tracking to 15. Above the main image I will add another layer, and then draw a rectangle with the entire width of our poster. In the Properties tab, in the Fill option, I'll choose Gradient. When we click on Gradient, go to Basic and choose Black/White, if that already is not the case for you. The angle is 90 degrees. And then I'm going to select the top square on the white spectrum slider and I'm going to reduce the opacity to 0. In the opacity blend options, I choose Multiply. Using the sliders, I can further edit this gradient until I'm completely satisfied. In that lower part, we will leave the basic information related to the film, the so-called credits block. Let's name this layer Gradient. I'm going to continue editing this title. And the first thing I'm going to do is, with that layer selected, go to Effects, and select Bevel and Emboss. And then select Inner Bevel. Technique Chisel Hard, Depth 100, Size 1, Soft 0. For Gloss Contour, select the Linear option. Anti-aliased. For Highlight mode, the color will be some light green 48AC55. Highlight mode, Screen. For shadow mode, we'll set it to be the same color and that's basically the settings for the bevel. We will also add an outer glow effect. For the outer glow, the blend will be normal for now, opacity say 19. We will choose some shade of green color, 00C946. We play with the settings until we are satisfied and the opacity will be 47%. Size 57 pixels, blend mode will be pin light, and click OK. We now need to insert the texture on the title itself. Click on File, Place Embedded and select a picture. There will be a download link in the description of the video. When we insert it, we click on Commit Transform. The important thing is that our layer with this image is above the layer with the title Concrete Silence. Right-click on the layer and select Rasterize Layer, then right-click again and select Create Clipping Mask. We edit the image additionally by clicking on Image, Adjustment and Levels. In this case, I'll work on a little stronger contrast. Now that I'm satisfied with how everything looks, we need to add slogans and movie info or credits block. Okay, now let's add some supporting text, or slogans. I will create a new layer and use the Type tool. I'm going to type the movie tagline. Silence hits harder. The font I used here will be Neoplanta BG, and the link to download the font will be in the description of this video. I will leave silence and harder as regular. A quick check to see if the options in the character panel are set correctly. I'm now adding the accompanying text below this title. I'll copy the text by simply holding Alt and dragging down. I select the entire text and choose right alignment. I'll reduce it to about 60 points. I select the entire text, and I want this text to go all in italics. Here I want to add the name of the main actress. I will select the Silence Hits Harder layer again, hold Alt and drag it to the desired place. I enter the name Bevel. Select the entire text, and select italics. Hold Alt, drag down to copy, and add last name. With the fact that I want the last name to be regular, and then I align it with the first name and make it a little bigger. Before we finish with this poster of ours, we need to add a credits block, so we will use File Place Embedded, select the movieinfo.png image and place it below the title. We hold Shift to enlarge, center and click on Commit Transform. If you want to have your own text, the font name is SF Movie Poster, and the download link will be in the description of the video. Below the billing block, we place the studio and distributor logo strip in the middle. Hold Shift, drag, and click on Commit Transform, and then edit it all a little more. The final touch can be a small lighting effect on the title. I create a new layer. I select the brush tool, let's say the size is 1500 pixels. Let's choose a darker shade of green and click anywhere. Then I reduce the brush to about 500 pixels, select a lighter shade of green and click in the middle of the previously applied dark shade. Using the Move tool, I drag from top to bottom. I zoom in so I can easily see what I'm doing. When I'm done with the positioning, I choose the Lighten option from Blend mode. By pressing Ctrl+0, we zoom in on the entire poster, and by pressing Tab, we have hidden all the tools and panels, and we have a good preview of our poster. This was a quick and simple way where we learned to make an interesting movie poster, say for some indie project, without too complicated techniques and effects. I hope you liked the video. Write suggestions and criticisms in the comments and follow the channel for more. Thank you.